All right, Real Estate Tailgate. We have hit the big 3-0. So let's get to it.
Welcome, everyone. We are back at the Knot in Grosse Pointe Park for another edition of the Real Estate Tailgate. I'm here with David Underwood, my partner, and our producer, Walter Hooper. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
What up, though?
This is a big episode, huh?
Sure is.
Wow, episode 30 already, man.
30.
The big 3-0.
3-0.
Wow.
It's almost as old as Walter.
Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Yeah, sure does. That's how I like to look at it.
So, yeah, man, it's been a great ride, right? A little over a year,
It's
30
been an
episodes.
awesome- yeah.
Been
You know, I wanted to
amazing.
share with you guys. I was at, of course, I was at the Social District, St. Clair Shores, downtown St. Clair Shores, Saturday, and cornhole tournament, all that. You know, having a few beers, and ran into an acquaintance, and he mentioned our podcast. He's like, "Hey,
Really?
did I see you on a podcast?"
Oh, wow.
I was like,
Heck yeah.
"Oh yeah." I got. He goes, "You got your own podcast?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I only had a chance to watch it." He goes, "I watched about a minute of it, but you guys look like you knew what you were doing." So I took that as a compliment, you know. And so I was like, "Oh, that's good to hear."
It's always a compliment
It's
when someone says you look like you know what you're
You
doing.
look like you know what you're doing. He's like, "It wasn't bad."
That's all I need to hear.
Backhanded compliment. But no, it's pretty cool.
Let's hear it for some backhanded compliments.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take whatever I can get.
It's still a compliment.
What's the saying? No is bad. No, nothing is bad.
Oh,
Emotions, no.
yeah.
What's the saying?
I
Come
don't
on,
know.
this is.
I don't know
You
what
gotta
saying
edit
you're
this out.
going
We
at.
look stupid.
Yeah, it's okay. No, hey, it looks like we know what we're doing.
Publicity. No publicity. No publicity
No
is
such
bad.
thing as bad publicity.
No such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah,
God,
there you
see?
go.
Oh my
See,
God.
we see again.
God, brain fart. What
That's
the
how
hell,
we
man?
do it. That's how we do it.
This is why I don't do live podcasts. I make Walter edit shit out, stuff out.
Hey, but you figured it out. You know why? Because you got grit.
That's right.
Grit.
And speaking of grit,
Ooh.
Professor, much like Mitchell and myself, even though you can't see me on camera, you're sporting a very fancy-looking Tigers shirt
Yeah, I think I've worn this before, maybe. But if
because we talk about grit.
Oh,
How about them Tigers, people? Let's talk about it.
not, yeah. Wait,
The
today's
Detroit
May
Tigers?
15th?
The Detroit Tigers?
Yes.
You mean the Detroit Tigers who have the best record in all of baseball?
All of baseball
All of
right
baseball.
American and National League. Best
Yeah.
record right now, May 15th.
now. Just coming off of a big sweep of the Boston
Yeah.
Red Sox.
Of the Bo Sox.
29 wins and 15 losses. Best record in baseball. Wow.
And these last few games, man, if you didn't have a chance to listen to or see these games, at least the endings of these games, wow.
So a walk-off single last night to
Yeah.
sweep the Red Sox.
Yep.
But the night before,
Ooh, the night before, man.
who's this guy? Javi Baez.
Javier.
What?
I told you about Javier, right? They were talking about that on the ticket.
2 3-run homers, and the second 3-run homer was a walk-off. What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just absolutely wild. Just wild.
Javi Baez, the guy everyone wanted to run out of town a year or two ago, batting .309, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, and an .842 OPS.
It's just
Wow.
insane.
Yeah, and he had a slow
Insane.
start this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he started
Good,
off
good
slow.
for you, Javi. I dig
Coming
it,
off-
man.
Yeah, coming off surgery. I can't remember, some kind of hip surgery or something like that. But yeah, I guess
Man, it's a good story, right? It's a
it's a
feel-good
hell
story.
of a story. It's a hell of a
It's an
story.
amazing
I like to see,
story.
people turn it around. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel happy for him in the fact that, you know, not only is he having success, but the team's having success that's really kind of carried over from the end of last year.
And we're a young team, and he's the veteran too. So it's
Yeah.
So he gets
Or now he's part of all the excitement.
Yes.
And the happiness and the and the production. You know, he's just another piece of the puzzle.
He really is. And then
They got a hell of a puzzle going right now.
they really
man.
do, yeah. So he's got an insane batting average. Kerry Carpenter's like in almost hitting the 300 mark. I mean, our guys are just killing it. And I'm loving it.
And the thing about last night, now I didn't watch the game. You know, I was tied up doing yard crap and in the garage. But anyway, we had our ace on the mound yesterday, and he didn't do too hot. I mean, he always does good.
Yeah.
He always does good, but he didn't have his best game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the team pulled him out of that, and they
Picked
still
him up.
got a
Yep.
victory.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, everyone's like, you know, doing their part. That's the thing about it, man. They're clicking on all cylinders right now.
I mean, yeah, it's a team sport. So, I mean, it's the team, you know, so it's not just one player. And I think this organization, much like with our Detroit Lions, they understand the meaning of teamwork.
Yeah.
You know?
And,
So-
you know, the Tigers, they're doing so well right now. I just thought of this. Where are we going in the last week of May, coming up here shortly? Where are we all going together?
I know where we're going. We're taking
going
a
to
trip to
baseball game.
Comerica Park, baby.
Going to see them live, man.
I mean,
Go and enjoy.
Day game, yeah.
Yep. Hopefully we have good weather that day.
Yeah.
Cleveland? We playing Cleveland that week?
Oh no.
Maybe.
Are we?
I think it is.
Let me.
Oh, yeah. One of our main nemesis is.
Because we're going.
I think it was Cleveland.
It's the 28th.
28th.
So.
It's a 1 o'clock game, afternoon.
All right. Let's take a look. Please stand by. Leave the elevator music.
Radio silent. Not good, producer Walter.
I got the radio. I got the elevator music going. Mate. We're playing the Giants. Ooh.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, another nemesis of ours that took us out in the World Series of 2013, and I was at that game.
That's right. A little interleague. That's right. I forgot about that.
So.
Oh yeah, we're going to the game. That's gonna be fun. Good time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, man, because.
That'll be the first game of the year. I haven't gone yet.
Same
here.
Same here.
Same here.
Been busy.
Well,
I haven't had
it's
the
early.
opportunity.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah,
early,
it's
but
early.
still.
It's only May 15th, but man, they're doing so good. I should take advantage of this and go enjoy a game. You know, and the weather's been really. It's been a nice spring.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, I
know.
never go like, I just don't go to the home open or anything like that because it's just it's just too cold for me.
I've done it in the
That's just
past,
me.
but I agree with you. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's always a rolling of the dice.
And
with,
and we're in Michigan, so even right now we're in the middle of May, so it's just starting to get real nice. I mean, it's kind of the norm. I mean, we've got our rain days and whatnot, but really, you're right, it hasn't been too bad.
No, 80 something today, I believe.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's been
So-
nice.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, so look, that's going to come up real quick in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to that.
Good job, Tigers.
Yeah,
So-
hell of a job, Tigers.
But yesterday, the NFL schedule came out, so let's get into
I
it.
know you just were itching. You were just itching, man. Wait, let me check my clock. Let me see how long it took.
I'm planning my next tailgate. I'm ready to go. man.
I know. I got the invite.
Well, okay. Well, since you brought it up, man, let me ask you the magic question, Mitchell Damas.
Oh.
Now that you've
no.
seen the schedule,
yeah.
two
Well, I knew
two questions.
I knew who we were playing. I just didn't have the schedule.
Yeah, but now that we have the schedule, okay.
We have 8 home games, 9 away, no international games. Thank
Right.
you. So
my two questions to you. First of all, what is just your general opinion as far as how tough you think the schedule is? And number two is, what do you feel, just looking at it now, knowing what you know now, as far as who's injured and everything else, what's your opinion on record?
So here's the thing.
I'm just getting right down to it, man.
I know. I love this.
No, here's the thing. Everyone does this every year. And, oh, what a tough... I can't remember a year where people that said the Lions had an easy schedule. Every year, no matter the Lions are good, they've been great the past 2 years, but when they were good, when they were bad, when they were lousy, every year everyone says, man, what a tough schedule. What a tough schedule. No one knows really, because those teams, you're going off their records of last year. Are they going to be as good as they were this year? You don't know that. The NFL is up and down. Like it happens. It's a league of parity, and it happens easily. So, you're playing all these playoff teams. Well, first of all, hello, we're a playoff team also. And some of these teams may not be as good as they were last year. They may not even make the playoffs, so you don't know.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, I do think it's a little bit of a tough schedule. I agree. A tough road schedule. A little annoyed at the NFL giving us back-to-back divisional road games to close out the season. That's tough, man. Minnesota and Chicago to close out the season, both on the road. Mm-hmm. At the end of the season. Those are important games. Like, that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But you want to guess? You want my record?
Yeah, let's hear it, Mitchell Thomas.
We got 8 home games, 9 away games. I'm gonna go. God, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna do it. 13-4.
All right.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair.
I'm gonna go 13-4. I'm not gonna pick the losses right now.
Yeah.
But if you want, we can do that in another show. Go through the schedule.
Well, I'm definitely not the seasoned pro at this kind of stuff like you are, Mitchell Thomas.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna give you my opinion.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I think the schedule's freaking tough.
Well, no, you're right, and you're right. I went on my little rant, but you're right, and the NFL or the experts, whoever does all the analytics, whoever puts us out, we're ranked the 3rd toughest schedule in the NFL.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a tough schedule. You're right.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, you don't know what these teams are going to be. Like,
Well, I'm just
you know what
looking.
I'm saying?
Here's how I look at things. I'm not looking at their record last year or whatever. I'm just looking at teams that traditionally usually have good programs. I mean,
it's the NFL.
Yeah, it's the NFL, but I'm just saying. But yeah, usually you have teams that usually kind of struggle, that are more up and down than other teams. I mean, even if they're having a bad season, the Steelers are always a good, that they're a good organization, okay? For the most part, okay? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. They're like chaotic right now with their quarterback situation and everything else. But, yeah, I think, I'm just looking at the schedule and I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think we got something to prove.
Check out this stat. Yes, it's the 3rd toughest schedule according to the analytics gurus.
Yeah.
But the Lions will have the 4th shortest travel in 2025. They're only traveling 11,411 miles.
Well,
it plays a big deal. If you're always going to the West Coast, that's a big deal going from Detroit to the West Coast.
It's not just
so they have
that.
the 4th shortest travel schedule. So
I know,
that's a bonus.
Well, it is a bonus because
helps.
I'll be honest with you. And I don't keep up like when the games start leaking out and you kind of know who you're playing or whatever. But think about it now. It seems like every year we have more and more international games, right?
Yes, and we're not on it.
And we're not on that. See, that was my concern was...
You know why? Because we get the ratings. All the networks want us. They don't need us on the internet. The Lions are ratings killer, man. They love them.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason is. If you say it, I believe you. But I'm just glad we don't have to do that. I mean, I do think that our November is going to be tough. Okay, November and December. I think November, if you look at the actual dates, we're playing like 5 games in November.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because we're playing on Christmas and we're playing on Thanksgiving.
Yes, we got the Christmas game. So we have 2 Sunday night games, 2 Monday night games, and 3 Thursday night games.
Oh yeah, we definitely got the primetime spots.
Yeah,
and they kind of screwed us on the Thursday night game because usually we always get the Thanksgiving game, which I love. Yes, it's tradition, everything.
Yeah.
It's a short week and it's tough on players, yada, 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 on any team. But then they get that little extra. It's almost like a little mini bye because they're off that weekend and then they don't play till the following Sunday. Well, we're playing the following Thursday.
Right.
We're going to play Thursday to Thursday.
Thursday to Thursday.
So we're not getting that little. And then we play on the Christmas again, which is a Thursday.
Yeah.
So they do have a tough route.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell's got this, man.
So
I'm not worried about that.
for listeners and viewers, since we're talking about the November schedule, we're looking at, and I'm just saying it out loud for people who are
October, we only have 1 home game, I believe.
Right. So for November, we have the Vikings, the Commanders, the Eagles, Giants, Packers, and then going into December, we have Jerry Jones's team.
Yeah, who knows what Dallas is going to be this year?
We have the Rams.
Who knows what the Rams are going to be this year?
Steelers, and then Christmas, like late afternoon, we're playing the Vikings again, and then we end the season, like we said, with the Bears in January. So
buckle up, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, no, I think this is.
So I checked in with Vegas this morning.
Yeah.
The Lions are favorited to win the division
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
plus 115.
All right.
To win the conference, the Eagles are favorited to win the conference, plus 330. The Lions are second at plus 500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. That was the number one seed. The Eagles are favored to win the number one seed. Detroit's in second place to win the number one seed. So not bad. Same with the conference. Eagles first, plus 320. Lions plus 460. So not bad. Super Bowl. To win the Super Bowl outright, guess who's favored?
Eagles.
Eagles, of
Eagles,
course.
Yeah.
Last year's winner, they're favored. They usually are. Beginning of this, you're right. Eagles, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Lions.
Wow.
Top 5.
So top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I'll
think-
take
And
that
then it jumps big.
for right now.
Yeah.
The Eagles are plus 650, and the Lions are the 5th. They're at plus 900. After the Lions is the Rams. That's at plus 1900. So, yeah, there's a big difference in the top 5, right?
Now, there's one thing I don't know, and this is getting a little off subject because we're talking about the regular season. But I know we start off early because we're playing in the Hall of Fame game for preseason.
Yeah, it's a preseason game, though.
I know, but is that an extra preseason game?
No, I think the contract still.
Is it 4?
No, there's only 3, I believe.
I think we're playing 4 though.
Are we getting a bonus one?
I think we're playing an extra one, and see, I don't like that. Don't get me wrong. We usually
no
the
starters are going to play in that Hall of Fame game.
still. I mean, just after going through what we went through last year, you know, with,
Right.
with attrition and everything.
Yeah.
It's not the starters I was worried about. The starters weren't even
I'll
around.
go look at it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But-
I just thought about that when I heard that. I'm like, well, yeah, it's one of those things to start getting people
Opening the
all-
season up at Green Bay, though. First
Yeah.
game at Green Bay.
At-
and then we
Hey,
end,
we
like
got to
you
play
said,
Green Bay, so I'd rather play him in
early.
September.
in Green
Yeah.
Bay. I'd rather play him
At Lambeau.
And then
Yep.
the home opener the following week. Again, back-to-back division games, man. It's tough.
Yep.
The
Well,
Bears,
home opener.
Ben
yeah,
Johnson and the Bears.
Now that is the game to watch.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
gonna be be lit
That's
up
a,
in there.
that's a
gonna be lit
revenge.
up in there.
That's a revenge game.
but then we end the whole season.
All
there,
you
right
Stafford
in
lovers thought Stafford got booed and they felt bad for him. Dude, wait till Ben Johnson comes to town. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now.
Chicago. Yeah.
That
I
was
don't-
nothing.
I don't even
no.
know. I don't even know if he'll be able to stay with the team here in the city.
Right. Well,
I don't want to say anything like that.
Well, no. I'm just the reason I'm saying that is, did I send you guys that video about when they were talking about the old Pistons back in the day, when they were talking about when the Pistons were winning championships and how tough it was.
Are you going back to the Bad Boys or the Chauncey era?
The Palace.
I think
era.
it happened. I think it happened both times when, and I forgot who it was that was on a podcast and they were talking about coming into Detroit and staying in the hotel.
Oh yeah. You
And the fans.
you played that for you sent that to me.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. I mean, I got a feeling, man, it's gonna be like
Yes.
that with Ben Johnson.
Um,
With fans.
Yes, it was former
chanting
and former NBA players, and they're saying, man, how tough it was to stay in Detroit. Even the hotels, he's like, the fans are crazy there.
Yep, that they would camp outside the hotels and be chanting.
Chanting,
Detroit
that's what they were doing. Detroit basketball. Yes, nothing bad, nothing bad.
Nothing
but
bad.
Yeah, he's like,
but
man.
I'm just saying, just to irritate him.
Yeah, that was a good clip. You sent that to me about a month ago, David. I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting and funny.
Was it Scottie Pippen in them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Scottie Pippen in them. I think.
Because they were just talking. They're like, man, we hated going to Detroit.
But I think it's going to be that way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. In my opinion, once again, I'm no guru. I'm no Mitchell Thomas.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking. You said 13
and 4.
I'm saying 12 and 5.
I like that. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
take
saying 12
either.
and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, only because it's a tough
I
schedule.
think 13 and 4 is not far off though. I think they can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with success in the playoffs.
Yeah. Please.
So come on,
Yeah, it's only May, and we're
Dr. Hooper.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give us your prediction. Let's
All
go.
right. Okay. So 8 and 9. I'm gonna say Professor, you said what? 12-5.
5.
I'm gonna go 11-6.
Of course you are.
But it's still a winning season. It's
Yeah.
still a winning, and who knows? So that's my thing. And I think now with healthy players, with
I don't see that happening.
yeah, we got
Not being a homer, I don't see that happen. I don't see him losing 6 games.
yeah.
We're still a good team, man.
Oh, absolutely. And I think now with Hutch being healthy, and now that he's got some more help,
Healthy,
on
we
the
added some
D-line,
pieces. Yeah, like
I really think this.
we don't got a week 3 bye
this
like
season,
last year or whatever the hell that
yeah.
was.
This is
That
going
was
to
the
be
other
the
thing.
season.
Our
That
bye
was the
is
other thing I was
week-
concerned about.
I think
yeah.
it's week
When-
8 this year.
I really,
yeah, I think it's 7
So,
or 8.
Yeah,
yeah, I really think this is going to be the season of the defense. I really do.
week 8 bye.
That's going to be my prediction for this season. Is I think this is going to be the season where our defense just really
You watch.
shows itself.
Come on, Shep. Shep's gonna get this
So-
defense shored up, man.
I think that's what's going to happen. And I think now with Hutch being again healthy again, I think now everyone's just going to be like rallying around him and his squad. On that D line.
Man,
So-
oh man, I can't wait till the Bears come to town.
So yeah, that's where we're at. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. So
Heck yeah! Next up is training camp.
yes,
Well, they had rookie training camp already, right?
Yeah, but I mean the training camp I get to go to.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually in June, late June, I think, or early July.
nice.
So.
Okay. Well, you have to let us know how that goes.
All right, cool. We got our picks. Everyone, we're gonna write these down and save them. See,
Yeah.
we'll go back. And,
Oh, we got it on tape.
yeah.
Yeah, we got it on tape.
Yeah.
Here marks Thursday, May 15th, 2000.
I'm gonna pedal back. I'm gonna pedal back. Unless you guys got more football, but I want to talk about Pete Rose and what you guys think about that.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up.
They're he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he can be voted in.
He's eligible
He's
now.
eligible. I want to see what you guys think about
I
this.
think that decision was way, way overdue. He should have been
agree.
eligible a long time ago.
I agree.
Yeah.
Walter, no, we're not getting a little argument here.
Well,
We wouldn't even talk about this before the show
Right.
because we wanted it to be spontaneous.
so I guess.
All-time hits leader, man, should have been in the Hall of Fame.
So what took so long? That's my question.
I think
they waited for him to die. I'm going to come around and say it. They did.
So-
not only that, but see,
They waited for him to die.
I'll be honest with you. When I was a kid, I was a big Cincinnati
If he was
Reds
alive
fan.
this year, he wouldn't be eligible.
Well,
I don't think he would.
yeah, but and I didn't hear the whole story, but I heard that they made all of the controversial players that are now have passed away are all eligible.
Yes, Shoeless Joe. Now I don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're not.
I
Talking
heard
about,
a little bit of no, but he's eligible now.
Yeah, he is eligible.
It's the first time in
Yeah, but I'm talking
100
about Pete
years.
Rose.
Yeah, but 100
because
years.
I loved Pete Rose, man.
But
because
100 years, that's crazy.
When
but
I
I don't
grew
know
up-
much about that era of baseball.
When I grew up playing Little League ball, Pete Rose.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Pete Rose was a heck of a model as a player. Okay, because he always hustled.
Heck yeah.
Okay, Charlie Hustle. That was Pete Rose, man.
I didn't know that. Yeah, me and Dave were both Reds fans when we were kids. I was a big Reds fan.
Yeah, big
Johnny
Red-
Bench, Pete
Johnny Bench was
Pete
my
Rose,
Johnny Bench was-
terrific Tom, Joe Morgan, Tony Perez. Oh
Yeah.
my God, the Big Red Machine, man.
and the whole and see here's something that I didn't know until recent years. I didn't know all the details about him betting on games. But there was an interview that I saw of him, and I'll have to find that interview and have you guys watch it. It's a very interesting interview. I didn't realize that Pete Rose, when he bet on, because he bet as a coach, okay? He bet on the Reds, but he only bet for them to win. He always bet for them to win. So it wasn't like he was picking select games and it
To
could have
throw,
been fixed
where it
to
could have
throw
been
games
fixed,
or
yeah.
whatever. And to hear some other details about the things that happened too, that made me even more upset that he wasn't eligible because this was stuff that they had to know. It was coming right from him and it was all verified. It was stuff that was verified.
And here,
so,
what took so long too? With now everything, I don't know about the baseball teams there, but I'm sure they're sponsored too. But every football team's sponsored by FanDuel or DraftKings.
It's a different-
like betting's now it's. But what took them so long to make them eligible? Come on.
well, especially nowadays with I'm gonna pivot here, okay? there's always going to be controversy, and there's always going to be, your conspiracy theories, because even with we just had the NBA lottery, okay? So I know you guys aren't as big NBA fans, but that was just this week. A couple days ago, we had the NBA lottery, and so they still have the lottery where they have the ping pong balls. Well, the number one draft pick was won by Dallas, who just was involved in that big trade with LA, and and they got rid of their, they traded their top player, and they only had like a 1.2 or 1.8 percent chance of winning the number one pick. So it came up as the conspiracy thing about, fixing that. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because we're talking about possibly fixing games and whatnot. I mean, there's always been that stuff in sports, and it's always and it's always worse now. You brought up a good point, because nowadays with all the gambling, online gambling, and everything else.
So when it changed is when before Las Vegas could not have a team because that's where the casinos were, and they were not allowed to have sports teams. Now all of a sudden they can have sports teams.
Oh, they got championship teams, right? Their NHL teams already won the Stanley Cup.
That changed everything. Yeah, exactly.
So and Pete Rose is just now becoming eligible.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Exactly. I'm with you, man. I'm riding with you, dude. I mean,
just like when J-Mo, they're not as big
it's a good thing.
Not as big of a thing, but when J-Mo got suspended for making a bet on his phone, I'm like, for God's sake, FanDuel's advertising inside Ford Field, all sponsored by FanDuel.
Right.
Like, come on. Like,
and once again, I mean.
But he made it in the parking lot or something. That was the controversy.
Oh.
The rules are you can't make it on the premises of the team. But what, you know what I mean? It's kind of just silly.
Yeah. Huh. So, interesting. Yeah. I guess.
Now, Shoeless Joe, I heard he was accused of like fixing games to lose. I don't know if it's true or not. I just heard, like I said, that was 100 years ago, so that's not my era of baseball by any means. Yeah. But I just heard a little bit about that. That's what that he was accused, is what I'm saying. Right. I don't know if he actually did or not. Who knows?
Well, I think what they're doing is a good thing, but I'm just mainly.
So do you think he'll get in now?
I'm mainly talking about Pete Rose. Well, I hope he does, man. I think he.
So it's up to the sports writers now, right? He's eligible now. It's up to the sports
writers. I think there's a lot of sports writers that if they know the whole story,
I think he'll get in.
I think that I think there's already a lot that felt that this is a long time coming. It's just way overdue.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But hey, rest in peace, Pete. I mean, I loved you, man. I thought you should have been eligible to go in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. So you got my vote, dude.
You're here.
So I touched on the NBA. I just want to talk about the NBA because right now it is NBA playoff time.
Yeah.
And our beloved Pistons are no longer playing.
Nope.
We did make it to the playoffs. We're not playing.
Sure did.
But the reason I want to bring this up is because, everyone was saying that the Pistons, if they would have made it through the first round against the Knicks, that they had no chance at all of beating either the Pacers or the Boston team in the East. Mm-hmm. Well, folks, we're a little bit further into the playoffs, and I'm sorry, the Cleveland's out because the Pacers took them out. Okay,
yeah,
and I'm shocked. Okay, I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I follow it a little bit.
People wanted us to play the Pacers, right?
Yeah,
initially that was the better matchup for us.
Well, yeah, because everyone thought no one could get past Cleveland or Boston. Well, Cleveland's out because the Pacers took them out, and guess what? Boston is down 3-2. Well, I mean, they won last night.
Yeah.
A wise man once told me, "That's why you play the game."
Exactly. Exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to throw that out there, man. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I think, in knowing that, I think our teams just, if you really think about it, I think our Pistons are probably better than what a lot of people thought. That, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for them for next year.
I'm real excited for next year. Just like what the Tigers are doing this year versus last year.
And they had no playoff experience, so they got a little taste of it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's the same thing that happened to the Tigers, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we just like barely make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then this year we came out
And then
hot.
everyone was like, "Oh, just enjoy this because they're not. This isn't them. This is the fleet." Everyone was saying that last year there was like a lot of luck involved, and look where we're at right now.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Lions, Tigers, and Pistons. I guess there's only one we're waiting to get on. One we're waiting for to get onto the boat, Stevie. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that at that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk some real estate though, man.
Yeah.
It's May.
Do we have to?
Yes. Real estate gets me as excited as the Lions do.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. So what's been going on in the real estate world, Mike?
Well, I closed a deal last week. Had a nice closing. Had a great lender, David Underwood.
Oh,
Top Flight Home Loans.
yeah,
Yes.
man. It was a
It was a
pleasure.
good deal. Yeah.
It was a pleasure. Matter of fact, I very much appreciate you sending them my way. I did the best I could
pleasure.
to take care of them.
You did a great job, man. They were thrilled. They truly were so happy with both of us and very appreciative.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for them, man.
Yeah.
Great family. So happy to see them. First time buyers. Yeah, they were ready to go, man. They're the kind of clients that you love because they didn't really hesitate or drag their feet. Every time I asked them for something, boom, they were right on.
Everything we needed them to do or asked them to do, they did it. They were on it. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they asked their questions and whatnot.
Sure.
But they, if they didn't understand something or whatever,
they were excellent to work with. Work for.
Take care of them, and glad we were able to get that one done. That was a beautiful thing to see them become homeowners.
That was the one we touched on our last show. We had some repairs we had to battle through. We got all that, overcame all that, and we saw the light at the end of the tunnel. So
absolutely,
they're happy. Also closed on my VA deal, my veteran that I've been working with for a few months. Several months trying to get him a home.
Wow.
I got him a home. We got him closed
Congratulations
on that. Yep.
Yeah.
He's happy. Him and his family, they got what they wanted. They got the area they wanted. Didn't sacrifice anything. So just took some time. Took us some time to win some bids, and super happy for him. So I want to give a shout out to them. And then it's just booming, man. Inventory is still low. It's low. I thought it would creep up, being May. But in my marketplace, my area, which is more the east, the east side, it's low inventory still.
Yeah, and it is low inventory from what I see, but I also think that for the most part, if stuff's hitting the market and it's hitting the market in the proper manner, I'm going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
If it's hitting the market in the proper manner, it ain't sitting around that long at all. So,
and by proper manner, you mean shows like a shiny penny and priced right?
I mean, all around, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well touch on that. I mean, it's got to show right. It's got to, from the very beginning. I'm talking about the online listing.
Yes.
It's amazing. I got to say this, and I haven't started the bus.
It's time for Under the Bus with David Underwood.
I haven't started up the bus for a while, man.
No, that episode.
So excuse the smoke.
I already know what it's going to be, and he hasn't even told me. And I can just feel it coming. Go ahead.
Man, I just can't believe, man. Some of the realtor agents that I've been dealing with, and they're out, they're hustling. They got their clients, and these clients, when I work with my clients, I say, hey, if you see something that you think you like or whatever, send me the address, text it to me or whatever. That way, when I get a few minutes, I can, get a head start on maybe looking at the property taxes and whatnot. And I see these listings online, and I see these pictures, and it just blows my mind that there's
iPhone pictures of the toilet seat up, stuff like that.
There's just there's people out there that call themselves professional realtors, okay, that have clients that they represent, and you look at these listings online. I mean, man, I'd be ashamed to have some of these pictures.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I can't get over some.
So it starts there. Okay, it starts there in the pictures, the description, and everything else. And then the biggest thing, which is the easiest thing, which is really the biggest part of your job, is the communication. I don't know how many conversations I've had in the last 10 days with several agents saying, this other agent won't call me back. I'm still waiting on a call back. What? They got a house that's listed, or they heard from the agent, but there's mistakes. I mean, man, I had a conversation with one agent that was dealing with, several different instances, and it just blew my mind, some of the things that was going on. I mean, house listed pending and it's not pending, or I mean, just weird stuff like that. So once again, I just
So when you hear me say it's the wild, wild west out there, when I'm working as a buyer's agent, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's the shit I run into.
And once again, I know I've done this before, but agents out there that aren't working as agents as they should, I'm throwing you under the bus.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
So, I just got to throw a quick shout out that when you list your home with Mike Mitchell, Realtor, I have a professional photographer who is badass. He takes the best photos. You've seen them, David.
Oh yeah,
they're
I was just
top notch. In fact, sometimes I feel like he makes the house look nicer than it even is. Sometimes, they're that good. So, but that's the goal. You're hiring me to market your property, to represent you, market your property, try and find a buyer, then negotiate the best price. So I need to get people in there first. So
exactly,
right. So,
exactly.
And a crappy iPhone picture that you took from your car from sitting in your car with the window down. That ain't gonna cut it, man. Come on. Throw them under the bus.
Yeah.
Even if it's in portrait mode?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking.
I took it from landscape mode for the outside.
No, I'm thinking of a client that I was talking to, and I was looking at the pictures yesterday of a property I was looking at, and there were 20 pictures. So I saw 20 pictures. Okay, great. So I start flipping through the pictures.
Don't tell me they're all the same one.
Man, they're not all the exact same picture, but 12 pictures, 12 of the 20 pictures, more than half, were just different angles of the front of the house.
Yes, I love that. I love when they do that. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm like,
it's like I don't have time to edit or even go through and sift through these. I'm just going to post them all. Boom.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me.
Yeah, it blows my mind. But anyway, I just had to get that off my chest.
Oh, look, here's a side view of the house. Oh, look, here's a side view 3 feet over of the house. Oh, look, here's another side view 3 feet over from that.
Nope, that's exactly what it looks like, man. That's exactly what it looks like. But yeah, so that's those are the things that bring us some joy in this industry. We get some chuckles here and there, so
gotta laugh.
Gotta laugh, man.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Exactly. And sometimes it looks like everyone's trying to do it. That's what cracks me up. But
so I'm gonna track back to I was out socializing at the downtown social district, downtown St. Clair Shores, running into more people, acquaintances, friends. You know what the question I got? How's the market? And then immediately, how are the rates? Aren't the rates killing you guys? How are the rates?
Yeah, man.
I'm like, no, they're like, you're busy. I'm like, dude, I've been working 6-7 days a week. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crazy
the rates have been the same. They've been bopping up and down. And I'm glad you brought it up because, I still get that question all the time. But
all the time.
Yeah, but the reality is...
that's fine. I mean, it's a fair question.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I mean, rates just haven't come down a whole lot. And there's more factors affecting mortgage rates recently. And a lot of it just has to do with everything going on with uncertainty. And a lot of that uncertainty has been initiated by the current administration.
Would you say rates in the sixes, just say mid sixes, say in the sixes, would you say that's historically average?
Historically?
Kinda, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, kind of like an average. If you looked at it.
Yeah, when you say historically, I'm going back, 30 to 35 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Least. Yeah, I would say, because rates really aren't that bad.
They're not.
And
2.99, but they're not 11.8.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but and I know I've mentioned this a while ago, probably haven't mentioned it recently, but we were spoiled there for several years.
Yes.
Yeah, we got spoiled.
Money was free.
Yeah,
basically.
Just about. I mean, we were spoiled. So that's why when you hear people saying, "Well, are rates still high?" Well, rates have been bopping between mid to high sixes to mid to high sevens, depending on the week.
I mean, if it's in the sixes, to me, that's decent.
Yeah, even in the low sevens is not bad. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
When you start getting above maybe 8%, when rates to me are kind of high.
Yeah.
Okay, so rates are still good, but once again,
Rates are rates.
rates are not dropping, but they're not shooting up. Well, actually, this past week, with some of the deals going on with tariffs or whatever, because we did have an announcement that we came up with some kind of a deal with China, whatever. And in all honesty, a lot of people in the industry thought that might be a sign that things with inflation were going to ease a little bit. At least a forecast, which might help mortgage rates. Well, guess what? Mortgage rates went up, okay, over the last several days.
But they always tend to do that when there's potentially good news, right?
Well, yeah.
Because it's down the road they may come down.
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah.
They're bopping up and down. So, they're seesawing up and down. And if you're looking to buy or you're looking to refinance, just make sure you have a good professional that you're working with and that your professional is keeping you in tune with what rates are doing, because there's going to be a point where you're going to have to lock that interest rate. If you're actively looking to do some financing. If you're not, then it don't really matter to you anyway. Think about it. I mean, and that shouldn't be the reason why you're sitting on the sidelines. What did we just talk about when you talked about inventory, Mike? I mean, when there's low inventory, what happens to prices of homes?
They go up.
They go up.
Up.
And right now we're in the heart of the buying and selling season.
Yes.
So we're seeing that already, man. We're seeing multiple offers, right?
Yes. I'm running into multiple offers.
You've been running into it
a lot.
Running into
St. Clair Shores.
So it's competitive
Warren.
out there.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. You got some houses that are sitting on the market maybe a little bit longer, or you see price reductions. And once again, I'm going to throw the bus in another gear right now.
Oh, 2 for 2. Wow. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
When you see that, usually it's probably because the property was not priced properly. Okay, it was overpriced. And it's a combination of they weren't doing things right in the first place. We just talked about
price
that.
Price to condition too.
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes you try, so I always tell clients, it's like, I don't set the price. You don't set the price, Mr. Customer. Mr. Lender, you don't set the price. The market sets the price.
Yeah, the market sets.
So sometimes just, I'm
the market sets the true price.
I'm anal about trying to price homes. I spend a lot of times trying to get the exact number. There's no magic formula you plug in. There's no computer or calculator you plug in to get it. It's a lot of variables. We've talked about that before, but I spend a lot of time because I always want to be priced right. And, sometimes I'm overpriced and you got to make a price adjustment. That happens because the market is telling us, hey, you're not going to get this.
Right.
Even though the stats were saying that it was looking like you would, but maybe it's the condition of it. Maybe there's many factors that go into it. So.
Well, I'm going to get raw here for a second. I'm just thinking of an example. Okay, I was talking to a client the other day who had me looking at a house. This is a buyer client. And the price of the house was just reduced $25,000. Okay, and this was not a $500,000 house. Okay, this house was listed under $250,000, but there was a $25,000 reduction.
Oh, that's a big jump.
Okay, that's a big jump. Okay, so and that's why I brought this up is because I looked at the pictures, and this happens to be the same house that had 20 pictures. Okay, where 12 of them were different angles of the front of the house.
You're gonna give me the address. You're gonna give me the address off air. When we get off the air, I'm gonna look this up.
Then it goes to find out that the person that listed this house doesn't even have the proper square footage. They're inflating the square footage on the house. Okay, so that's what I mean about.
Welcome to my world.
This is what I mean about
almost like lying on your dating
putting
app.
the bus into another gear. Okay. Because this is the type of person that should not, in my opinion, okay, I don't know who this is. I'm not going to give the name. But whoever the person is, yeah, the person, whoever listed this home, they don't need to be selling real estate. Okay? And I feel sorry for their clients, for the seller who hired this agent because they probably don't have a clue either. Okay? So I'm just saying, that's what I mean, when I say about, the market. It's still a good time to buy. You're going to see those things out there where you'll see a price reduction, but usually when you see a price reduction, it's it's because something else is going on. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because inventory's low, man. If it's the property and if it's priced right, and it shows well, whatever, it ain't gonna be around long.
Right.
So don't let interest rates stop you. Get with the right professionals and figure out if you're thinking about buying. Figure out it might not be time. Have a discussion, but if it is time, roll up your sleeves and be ready to work, man. Because I tell my clients that looking for a home nowadays, it's almost like having a second job.
That's good.
It is.
That's not far off. Yeah.
It's like almost like having a second job. You got to be focused and you got to be serious.
Yes.
You really got to be all in if you want to buy a home.
All in, ready to pull the trigger, ready to go.
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, but you snooze, you lose. It does happen. And sometimes you don't snooze, you still lose because there's so much competition.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there.
How are we doing on time there, Doc? I know we're running late, running long on
wrap her
sports.
up.
Oh, it's all good. We are just over 45 minutes.
Okay. I was going to touch on something, but I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for the next episode.
Sounds good.
And I do want to give some shout outs and some props. You mentioned that we're at the Knot when we first got started today, but hey, we're very, very grateful to be able to tape here at the Knot. And just a little shout out. If you got a business or you're an independent business person, entrepreneur, and you're looking for some office space, some shared office space, and if it's convenient for you to be out in the Grosse Pointe area, you really need to check out the Knot, man. They got a sweet thing going here.
High tech, man.
High tech,
Yeah.
Nice, cozy, great people. This is the type of place where, you would feel good about bringing a client or meeting a client here. So I just want to say that, man, this place is top notch, and this is where this is kind of home base for W.A. Hooper Marketing, which is why we're here.
Yeah, no, love this place. Proud to be a member here, and proud to host you guys and have this be our studio for the program. And shout out to Kevin, man. Shout out to Kevin, the owner, for making this happen. It's thanks to Kevin. So,
and shout out to you, Dr. Hooper. We appreciate you, man. Always.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys as always. It's always fun, and we're at episode 30, so that's a milestone.
Anyone out there looking to do some podcasting? Anyone out there looking to do some video marketing or whatever? You really need to hit Walter up. He's really top notch at what he does. Just give him a call, man.
Yeah.
Hooper. It's Hooper's birthday.
No, it's not my birthday today. But and then also to have two real estate top-notch professionals. How can people get a hold of the both of you for any lending and or real estate needs?
Dave Underwood, Top Flight Home Loans, your local trusted mortgage guy and reverse mortgage specialist. I can be reached at 248-219-3457. Call or text anytime.
Mike Mitchell, Realtor. Call or text 586-291-2652. Or if that's too much to remember, just simply Google Mike Mitchell Realtor.
Yeah.
Find all my information there, reviews, website, contact info.
Yeah, I enjoy being Googled once in a while too. So you can always Google David Underwood Mortgages, and hopefully I'll fill you.
All right.
I also want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Baffin Brewery, because we did have like a meeting there not too long ago, and I think we're due for another one.
I think so.
Baffin's the official brewer of the Real Estate Tailgate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just, why not,
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think, Professor, you're right. We are due for another team meeting.
Yeah.
Gonna dust off my mug.
Yeah.
So anyway, also, I want to thank all of you out there that listen to us, that support us, that watch us. Maybe you do, because we are not only taped in the medium of audio, but we also are taped via video by WA Hooper Marketing. And you can catch us both versions. Where, Mike?
YouTube channel and Spotify.
Yes, sir. So we appreciate your support. Please continue to support us. Like us, share us. When you see us online, spread the word. And until next time, folks,
Peace out.
peace out and go Tigers.
Hit 'em up tight.